Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. What you looking at? What you looking at? I don't know what you're looking at. What you're looking at? We have a very special guest today. Please welcome JK News's and Barbell Brigade's very own Bart Kwan.
Did you read that off your hand?
I was scared I was going to forget the name of your gym.
I like how you put that Asian piano lessons to use.
Thank you. Yeah, man, that's finally you're here.
Yeah.
You're the very last of them from JK.
Why am I the last one?
The best for last, my friend.
Yes.
The best for last.
You guys heard that?
Yeah.
He said I was the best.
So you saw the new UFC card just happened, yeah?
I was there. Have you been to a UFC?
No.
Oh my God, you have to go.
I could have went to one, like
Which
the
one?
homies. Well, my homies had tickets, but I was like in Arizona tending to my father. He was sick at the time. I think they went to the one with John Jones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So oh man, you have to. You ever been to a?
I'm a big Ultimate Fighter fan.
I know.
No, I'm talking from Pride.
Me too.
Like Igor Vachchanchen.
I I'm talking about even in the K1 days before they even had ground. Like I used to watch K1.
Oh,
Pride,
you saw that?
All that stuff.
So
like
do you remember
Kung Lee.
Kazuchi Sakuraba?
Yeah. The Japanese dude, the Gracie Killer.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
Those days were crazy.
Yeah. And then, so who are some of the other fighters that, like, Don Fry?
Yeah, Don Fry.
Yeah.
Do you remember, what's that? You know that giant Korean guy, Hongman Choi? He's like the...
Yeah.
Huge.
He wasn't that good, though, was he?
No, he was just a freak show, but he's like a 7-foot Asian dude.
Yeah. There's a couple badass Japanese dudes, too. There was a couple...
there's a guy named something Minowa. He always does that, like, bow and arrow thing.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
And the Inoue... brothers.
Oh yeah, the Inoue brothers.
Yeah, the Inoue brothers.
Yeah,
so there's two brothers back there called the Inoue brothers, and they were in.
And they're Asian American, actually.
Yeah, they're Asian American.
Yeah, they're not from Japan.
But they were like probably your weight class now, a little heavier. They're heavier than you.
I think heavier.
They're pretty good.
They look big.
Yeah, but there's there's a lightweight Shinji Aoki.
Oh yeah, he's kind of like small and pudgy.
Yeah, no,
But
he's
a lot of heart, though.
No, he's a skinny guy.
Oh, skinny?
He's a lightweight.
Oh, or maybe he was just fighting really
this
buff
guy,
dudes.
he would always wear like bright colored like
that guy.
Yeah,
he always throw like the crazy flying triangles,
he was
the flying arm
horrible
bars.
at stand up.
Yeah. That guy was insane.
Once he would grab you and bring you on the ground, he would get you in some kind of lock. Yeah,
I almost forgot that dude.
Yeah, he was in what's the other organization other than UFC?
Back in those days.
No, the other association.
Pancreas is old school too.
The other association.
Now it's like Risen or Rise or whatever.
No, it's the other one. It's Bellator.
He's a Bellator?
So he was a champ.
I'm not familiar with Bellator.
I'm not either, but I know that he was the champion of Bellator at one time.
Okay.
And then who's that? There's a kid. Eddie Alvarez beat the crap out of it. Yeah. So you went. So tell us. Is this your first UFC card that you physically went to?
Yeah, so it was my very, very first UFC I've ever been to. And have you ever been to like basketball games or football games or anything like that?
No, dude.
Okay, so if you've ever gone to a regular sports game, like the energy that you feel, it's like, okay, cool, 1 point, 2 points. When it gets to that buzzer beater, like 100 points versus 101, you got 10 seconds left. What does the team do? Everyone is on their feet, and you could just feel this electricity in the air.
You feel it in the stadium?
You feel it, but it's that energy times 10 the whole way through.
You feel it?
Yeah, even with fighters you don't know, just because someone is getting their ass beat in front of you. So it's like, I was just like, I've been to NBA games, Clippers games, I've been to a Kings hockey game, and the amount of energy that I felt there, I was like, fuck, this is crazy.
Who you with? Who you roll with?
I went with me, David, my buddy Silent Mike from Sacramento, and Gio.
What kind of seats did you guys have?
Oh man, so we went through a pretty cool ticketing app company. It was like a brand deal, SeatGeek, and they put us 10 rows away from the front. Like I saw Fabricio Verdum right there, DC
you were
right
10th
there.
row?
Yeah, we were close.
So you were in the mix, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't have the crap seats.
You know who Josh Duhamel is, the actor?
No, show me a picture. Do you know who he is, man?
He's like a random
Hey, look him up. I'll know his face if I know.
Yeah. If you saw him, you'd be like, oh, I know who he is.
So there's celebrities there?
He was like 2 rows in front of me. Like we got celeb seats, which is awesome.
Well, you're a celeb too, brother.
Oh,
JK is blown the hell up.
I was yelling, Joe Rogan, but I think it was 2 in the zone. That dude. You probably see him from movies.
Yeah, I've seen him. No, I've
like
seen that guy.
Yeah.
So he was there?
He was 2 rows right in front of me.
Yeah, you see Joe?
I saw Joe Rogan. I saw DC. I saw Rose Namajunas.
Oh, I'm a huge Rose fan.
Yeah, I saw Cowboy Cerrone.
I'm a huge Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I love
everyone just walking around.
Wow.
It was.
I'm a little jealous because I'm a huge. I used to collect Pride when I worked at Amoeba.
Yeah.
I used to collect Pride DVDs, man.
What? Do you have them?
Somewhere around here in the bin. Yeah, I have a couple.
Sick,
Are they worth money? You think?
I don't know.
Okay.
But. That's
wait.
Sick.
Probably not.
What do you mean, dude?
Online on Fight Pass.
God, you're right.
But the physical copies got to be
tell
worth
me,
something.
so you were there for the undercards?
Yeah. So now, I mean, UFC is so big now.
Oh, dude.
So they got the pay-per-view rights, which are the main like 4 or 5 fights. Mm-hmm. Then you got the prelims. And then now they got like the prelims. Mm-hmm. So the fights actually start at 3.
That early?
Yes, and we didn't want to like get all jaded by the fight, so we went halfway. We went at around 5, and we watched about 3 prelims. And what was cool is my Muay Thai coach, 2 of his teammates fought on the prelims. And
so you're connected like that? No, because you're taking Muay Thai, and then you know he's
well, it's cool that like they're at that level because there's a lot of local Muay Thai schools where like they don't really have a connection to the top.
Explain to the viewers what Muay Thai is.
So Muay Thai is Thai kickboxing. And you got knees, elbows. You kick primarily with the shin. There's like punches, and so it's pretty much like a striking sport. Although there's throws and sweeps and stuff like that. And my coach, shout out.
Explain what a sweep is. What is a sweep?
A sweep is when like someone's like standing and you like go ha ha, and you make them fall on the ground.
What would it look like if you did one on Steve?
You want to do one on me? You want to do a sweep?
I'll do. So I guess it'd be like let's say for like a fighting stance. And then like somehow I clinched up with him somehow, and I can like put my foot outside here, and I would like throw him and he would fall over.
That's a sweep. That's a sweep. Yeah.
I didn't know that this was a physical show.
Hold up. No, it is. 'Cause I had a UFC fighter, my homie Eric Koch. Eric Koch.
Oh, I don't know who
the
that
Phoenix.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
what, he hurt you
the whole
here?
time he was doing jujitsu, like choking me out and
That's
stuff.
sick.
Yeah. No, he's going up to welterweight too.
You know who I'm gonna fight?
Oh, you're fighting? Hold up. We're gonna get into all that.
Okay.
Are you? Wait, hold up. You are.
This is gonna be funny though.
But who are you fighting?
So the former, I believe, strawweight UFC champion, Carla Esparza, a girl.
Yeah, I know who that is.
She beat Rose before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cupcake.
She's gonna kick my ass.
Cupcake?
Because she's also in the same team as my coach, Ron Schollsday. So they're all Team Oyama. And I just thought it would be such a funny video where I fight a girl.
Are you going to try? I mean, is this a real fight?
I mean, I'm not gonna try to go as like my life depended on it, but I think it would be dope to show like how good girls. It might. Girls are so fucking good.
I know a lot about her.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. Get ready to sprawl.
She's gonna shoot on me?
She's gonna shoot on you the whole entire. She's not gonna even strike with you.
Okay.
I know her.
Oh, you do?
Well, I don't know her. I know her fighting style.
Oh, okay.
I don't know her. No,
Yeah.
but I know what she's about.
You like how she likes to move?
She's just goes for. She'll try to do a double leg the whole time.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
good thing I wrestled a little bit in high school.
No. You could defend it.
So maybe I can.
Yeah.
Maybe, but man, these.
That's gonna be funny.
Even
to watch.
like, you can't sleep on girls. Girls will kick a guy's
But
ass
she's
like
a lot
nothing.
smaller than you, dude. She's
True.
125, 115 pounds.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could just.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, but she's
she
a
has
trained.
a ton of technique too.
I
And
mean,
her
if she
sparring
could-
partners are probably dudes, so she might be used to my weight.
Just don't let her take you down. Because if she takes you down, she knows all that jujitsu stuff.
I feel like I'm gonna get taken down the first 5 seconds. Now I'm just gonna be screaming the whole time.
Yeah. So where can they watch this fight, man?
Yeah.
Where can they?
Well, we haven't shot it yet.
Oh.
I think we're gonna shoot in the next week or two.
Can we go watch?
Maybe.
Okay,
I might
maybe.
be embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would love to be there.
I might get stage fright.
Yeah. No, you
and then
can't.
cancel on
She's
her.
tough though, dude.
She is tough. Everyone's tough.
Yeah. But Joanna, she messed her up pretty bad.
She fought Joanna?
Yeah, Joanna. Yeah, that's how she beat. That's how she became champion. She couldn't take Joanna down.
Joanna's a beast.
And Joanna was just lighting her up on her
Joanna's
feet,
great.
dude. Bap, bap, bap,
Great at striking.
Combos, dude. You see that fight?
Yeah.
So you kind of know. You know your stuff too.
Yeah, I've watched most of them. I think I've only missed like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You're a big UFC fan? MMA
I didn't
fan?
know that until today. Let's go to okay. So what was the most exciting fight that night?
The most exciting fight? Oh man, the one I would have to say Demetrius Johnson versus Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo, Olympic wrestling brother.
Yeah. So I didn't really
Arizona
know.
represent, dude. He lived in Arizona for
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about him. I
Yeah.
just know Demetrius Johnson's the man.
He's a badass.
And I think the first 3 rounds, Demetrius Johnson, like he was dictating the pace, not
Yeah.
like by damage, but his footwork's going from orthodox to southpaw, and him being able to come in and out and close distance at will.
That's flyweight.
Yeah.
120. So flyweight's 125 pounds.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was landing some pretty good shots, but I think after round 3, Cejudo really turned it up, and he just got his timing down, and he was just start taking him down at will.
There's a thing I saw online though where something major happened that you didn't bring up. Henry rolled
His leg, yeah.
He rolled his ankle.
Yeah, that shit was so crazy.
So in the first round or two, you could see him go like this, and then
Yeah.
he like his ankle completely rolled like a ball.
Yeah.
So he had to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
His foot's messed up, right? Did you know about this?
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I saw the replay. I saw the highlights.
Yeah.
And because I didn't see the match, but I saw the highlights, and imagine like what kind of mental attitude.
Yeah.
You would need to overcome that.
That's what most people don't know is that a lot of fighters come in injured. Like,
they do.
Yeah, most fighters
That's
aren't.
what Coco's saying, too,
Yeah,
yeah.
most fighters aren't at 100%. Like, if you're training the right way and you're training hard, unfortunately, there's just mishaps or whatever. And so most people are coming in dealing with something or another. And
Yeah.
so that could just be like an injury, like manifesting itself again.
Do you think marijuana should be legalized with fighters in the UFC just to, because that could help out?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Like the Diaz brothers and stuff. Like they probably it probably clears their heads and stuff, and it probably helps with injuries, right? Inflammation or something.
For me,
maybe?
I actually think because I think it's really hard to catch drugs.
Yeah.
In general, you might as well just make it all legal.
Yeah.
And then people can just take whatever they want, and you don't have to spend all this energy and effort on trying to catch people.
Right.
Like, on the
right.
Pride days, I forgot what I was talking to, but I knew someone that fought in Pride, and they were telling me in the contracts at the end, they literally say, like, we will not test you for anything.
In the Pride days?
Yeah, so they're implying get as fucking jacked as you want. And that's why, like, the Vanderlei Silva...
That's the other guy
Yeah,
from
the
Pride.
Shogun Hua. Like, when they're
Yeah.
over there, when they come, they lose, like, 20 pounds when they cross into the UFC.
Who's the big guy, the African-American guy from the Netherlands?
Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, Overeem's from those days, too.
Yeah, those guys were so jacked
He
back
was
then.
killing it back then, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember, there's a lock that Sakuraba was doing before, because dudes are doing it now.
Yeah.
It's called the Kimura.
Yeah, what's with the arm?
Yeah. Do you know what that lock is?
I'm not too big in the ground game. I'm more into striking.
He used to do it on his feet though, dude. He'd give up his back, right?
Yeah.
And like, hold up, so get me up. So take my back. Take my back. So you have my back.
Yeah.
He would grab him here.
Yeah.
And then grab his wrist and go like that.
dang.
On his feet though.
Damn, that guy's
So
crazy.
Sakuraba was known in Pride. He
Yeah.
was one of the innovators. I probably not in the whole jiu-jitsu spectrum.
Yeah.
But in those days.
Yeah.
I'd never
Just
seen
grappling in general.
Dude, he took out one of the Gracies
A
that
bunch
way.
of Gracies, like 3 Gracies.
He'd like literally give, because what's one thing you don't do in that game?
Yeah,
you don't
never
give him
get-
your back.
yeah, you never do.
But he would just literally give him his back, and then
Yeah.
he would literally do this cartwheel, and then he would cartwheel with it.
Damn.
It looked like a breakdancing move or
That
something.
guy's crazy.
Yeah. So he got either, I think, he didn't fight Hickson. It was Henzo Gracie. He got Henzo Gracie. Have you seen that fight?
No.
So he got Henzo Gracie in that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was close, and then he got him in there, and it was game over, dude.
Yeah.
He literally just kept that lock, and he you got to watch this fight. This joint, the bone goes out.
Oh my god.
So if you look online, dude, it's hard to watch. You could see the bone like sticking out. You haven't
That's
seen this
scary.
fight, man? So look up Renzo Gracie
There's a lot of great
Sakuraba.
fights back in Pride.
Isn't it great that you could just backlog the classics?
Did you like the old school rounds where it was like 10 or 12 minutes for the first round, and then if you needed a second one, then it'd be like 3 minutes or something?
Yeah, or unlimited like time until someone gives up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, wasn't it?
It's changed a lot, huh?
Yeah.
So do you like the way UFC? Because you went to an event. Do you like what do you think about their judging and?
That part I don't know. I do know like a lot of fighters are actually like unsatisfied with their judging. For me being at that event, I was just in awe. Like when I was walking through the hallway, just buying snacks to get ready to go to my seat.
How much were like a hot dog or like nachos or something?
I bought McDonald's for like 3 people, and it turned out to be like $80. It was expensive, dude. Like the cheapest thing was like $11.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then do you see Dana White walking around too?
I saw Dana White. It was crazy.
Wow, dude. I gotta go to one.
You have to.
I gotta go to one.
You know what?
I'm a big fan.
I'm going to McGregor versus Khabib.
Well, let's talk about that after too.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can we go to the main
sure.
event? Can we go to Dillashaw Garbrandt?
Yeah.
So, like, tell me what that was like watching it as it unfolded.
So that one, I've always been a Cody Garbrandt fan. So I really wanted him to win. But just even from the last fight, it just felt
because he
like
lost the first one, didn't he?
Yeah. It just felt like Dillashaw kind of knew him on the back of his hand. Like he has his blueprint, you know?
He knew he dropped his hand.
So I was like, man, I think he has his blueprint, and I'm like, I hope he trains hard. And I know Dillashaw's really hungry. And so I was rooting for No Love, but man, when they came out, pretty much knocked him out the exact same way, I think, as the last fight, which is a right hook over Cody's hand. He has a tendency of dropping his left hand.
That's what I saw on the previews.
Yeah, and he got clocked like 3 times, and he was just out.
And then he added a knee. Did you see that Muay Thai knee?
Yeah.
He even got that knee. And did you see that knee that he landed on him? Ooh.
Yeah.
What does that do to one's career? That's twice now.
From
at
the same
135,
guy,
at 135.
Yeah.
What is Cody? What is he gonna do? Like, do you have to work from the bottom of the ladder?
I think so, because he beat like who people thought were unbeatable Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
So he beat him.
I'm a fan of his.
Yeah. So that's
He's
a
hustler.
huge deal, right? But he didn't get a chance to cement his legacy.
Yeah.
Like if he killed like 5 other dudes, and he loses twice, it's like people will still think he'll come back, but this might be really hard to come back from.
Tough.
I hope he does.
That must just shatter one's soul.
Yeah.
Like, because, he needed that win, dude.
Yeah.
That's 2-0.
Or he might just need to take a break, go train with some other people, like
Different
refresh his
camp,
mind,
maybe?
different perspective.
Because that's what Dillashaw did that.
Yeah.
Remember, who did he go with?
Dwayne Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
He left, the California kid?
Team Alpha Male, yeah.
Team Alpha Male.
Yeah.
And to go to Ludwig.
Yeah.
In Colorado or something?
And that's what GSP does.
What does he do? Train
like all the time, like off season, he'll just go, who's the best at BJJ? Who's the best at boxing? Who's the best at Muay Thai? And so I think he constantly has a new perspective. Yeah. And then Faraz is his head coach and helps him put it all together.
Yeah.
But I think in order to get better, you can't constantly just like if you and me only brainstorm the same ideas, we're going to reach a plateau. We got to get ideas from outside and bring it back in.
Yeah. I'm going to say this now. This is my prediction. There's a kid, a lot of people don't know about him. Maybe you know about him. But I know him through wrestling, and he's in Bellator. He goes by the name of Aaron Pico.
I don't know.
There's this kid I've known about this kid. He used to wrestle for a California LA school called St. John's Bosco.
Cool.
He's a phenom.
Where's that in Downey?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably know better than I do. But this kid, he was so good at wrestling. He didn't even wrestle in high school. He won the state his freshman year, and then he just wrestled the Olympic trial. Wow. Yeah. So this is the thing I knew back then. I was studying him. Okay, what's he gonna
Cody
do?
was like that though.
He was a phenom like that.
Yeah, he only wrestled 2 years, and then he got really into boxing. So he was like, you know what? I don't even want to wrestle anymore. And his senior year, I think he still won the state championship, and then he got a D1 scholarship, even though he didn't wrestle the next 2 years. And he won the state championship his freshman year.
What state?
California. Oh no, not California.
That's the Midwest. So
Ohio.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, all those schools, Ohio, Iowa, those guys are
tough
crazy.
Those are tough wrestling states.
Those
and
guys,
I want to talk about wrestling too.
Those guys wrestle year round out there.
Yeah. Pennsylvania's up there too, though.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. But Aaron, there's something about this Pico kid. There's something, right? I'm saying this now. My prediction, man. I'm just saying this. It may or may not come true. Once he gets into the UFC, because he's got to deal with Bellator, I think they got trouble on their hands at 135 or 125 or whatever he decides to go.
Yeah.
This kid is very talented. I mean, he lost his first fight, but his other fights, he was just phenomenal wins, right? Yeah. You know about Aaron Pico?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the first fight, too, is it was such a big step in competition, so he went too big too fast.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
like he got destroyed.
Yeah, Aaron Pico, So you wrestled.
A little bit. I wrestled a little bit.
So when did you start wrestling?
So I wrestled my... So this is funny. I spent 5 years in high school. Mm-hmm. So I spent 5 years in high school, and if
it's all good. You're successful, dude.
Yeah, if you want to know about that, I'll explain how that happened.
Yeah. We want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, we want to know.
So
that
what happened
too.
is, so I was a really bad kid. I always got kicked out of schools and all that. I went to Cerritos High School.
You were a troublemaker?
I was a troublemaker, yeah. So I went to Cerritos High School. I got kicked out of there halfway through my sophomore year. And then I had a cousin, he's a fob, and he was just killing it. Like, captain of the badminton team. He was taking like hella AP classes. And my dad's like, why don't you
be like him?
Yeah, why don't you be like him? Why don't you move in with me? My parents are divorced.
Yeah.
So why don't you move like 5 cities over, live over here. I'll see if your cousin wants to move in and you can learn from him. Maybe he'll like rub off on you. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I haven't really done much with my life, and like I'm not innately like a bad kid. I just feel like I haven't found my thing yet. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So I went to junior year. I went to Marquepo High School.
Is that a more rougher one?
So I thought I was a thug in Cerritos. Yeah. And then when I went here and I meet people that have been shooting people since they were 10, I'm like, these are some real thugs. I was like, play fucking gangbanging over there. Like,
what did that make you feel like? Were you scared? Like, were you like intimidated?
Yeah,
by
I was
that?
like, this. I was like, these guys are real. Like,
yeah.
People that are like walk up to people in broad daylight and blast them, or like Cambodian refugees and like Vietnamese refugees. I'm like, these guys, like grandma shooters, are on a different level. Like, they're fucking crazy. Like, they'll go to your house.
Explain what that is.
A grandma shooter?
Yeah,
a grandma shooter is a person that's willing to shoot a grandma. So usually, like, there's like street code, right? And when you're playing by normal rules, like, let's say another gang blasts at your gang, of course you're gonna retaliate. So you try to find out where they are and you try to blast them. And usually there's this code of like, you don't really bring like other people into the mix. You leave girlfriends out, all those things. But when you're dealing with people that come from war-torn countries, so there's like a lot of Vietnamese gangs.
Aren't
like
those fools crazy? They're crazy.
They're fucking. So if they go to your house, instead of like seeing you on the front lawn and driving and shooting, and hopefully they hit you, they'll walk up to your front door, ding dong, hey, is this guy home? Oh, he's not? Who are you? Oh, I'm the grandma. Boom. Like, they're fucking crazy. So when I started meeting people like this.
So you met them just on the fly?
The whole school's filled with people like that. Jeez. Yeah, like at my
school. Were you recruited? I wanted to get into this. Hold up, man. Wait, what was that, George?
You tell them you were an orphan?
No. So like at Cerritos, right? So what I liked
this is in Cerritos, California?
No. So in Cerritos, that's where I grew up.
Okay, you grew up there.
I grew up in Cerritos.
Where's this other school located?
Marquepo's in Alhambra, or borderline Monterey Park.
Ooh,
but you gotta also remember this is back in like
90s, 80s.
Yeah, 1999, 2000. So it's a different era.
Yeah.
Growing up in Cerritos, I really liked Cerritos because it was like a big melting pot. There was as many black guys as white guys, as Asians, as Latinos, as Indian, whatever, right? Dude. And so, and it was very like it was very stereotypical. Like the skater guys, they all wore like Vans. They had.
I would be that. I would just hang with those dudes.
They would carry their skateboard, right?
Globes.
Yeah, remember Globes?
Yeah, I remember
They were
Globes.
those guys.
Yeah.
Jocks wore Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
The thugs wore like big dickies,
so
big
it's
white
literally
shirts.
cliques, like real cliques, like the Warriors, like cliques.
Yeah. So you can see like the stereotype.
He's a skater. Right? Oh, this dude's a b-boy. Oh, they're breakdancing crews too. Yeah.
When I went to Marquepo, everyone is wearing big ass dickies with Cortezes and Chucks, and I'm like, wait, this whole school's like that? And I would see this guy wearing like a football jersey, and he's had like slick back hair all the way to the back. And then I thought he was immediately like he was in a gang too. And I just started talking to him, and I found out he played tuba for the band. So I'm like, this school is so gangster
that even the tuba player
looks like a gangster. Yeah, like you could take the geekiest kid from this school and take him back to Cerritos, and he'd probably run shit over there. And
how long did you last at that school, dude?
Well, like I started meeting friends, and not everyone's violent or whatever, but it's just the gay, like just kind of like even if you go to South Central, right, which is heavily gang infested, not everyone's into gangs. Everyone just knows this is the environment, but not everyone is into
there's skaters there. There's, you know.
So same thing. So like when I went there, like I met this friend, and she just became a cool friend, and I started meeting all of her friends and stuff. But I already knew, I was like, this gang shit isn't for me, because I'm just willing to fight, maybe stab someone if I need to. I thought about would I ever shoot someone. I'm like, I don't know, that's probably not me. Yeah. But these guys have no problem like shooting a teacher, like shooting. Like at my first dance there, a forerunner rolls up and starts blasting at the teacher, and the teachers have to like go and duck. And I'm like,
this is a school dance?
I'm like, this is some fucking crazy shit. So I'm like, I'm at a different school, you know.
Did they try to recruit you in any way? Like, because I mean, you're big now. Were you this big?
I wrestled at 130 though, 135.
So you weren't that small. You weren't that big, right? You were medium.
I was just like a middle Asian kid. Yeah.
But they didn't try to recruit you?
No, I don't think so. I think all those kids, like, they all grew up together, so they've, they went to junior high, elementary school. So I'm just like this new kid.
Yeah. Do you meet Joe that way?
No, so what's funny is we went to the same high school. Yeah. But there's so many Asians there that not all Asians know each other. Versus any other school, you'd be like, oh, we're the same five Asians. Yeah. It was probably like 60% Asian, and the other 40% is like Latino. That's crazy. So I didn't even know Joe.
Yeah. You didn't even know him.
No.
You met him later?
Yeah, I met him later at the MMA gym that we went to.
Oh. Yeah. This is crazy. Grandmother shooters. Grandma.
Is that the title of the podcast?
I don't know. I wrote that down. That just I've never heard that.
I met so I had a best friend at the time. And this guy, he would like do ketamine in the middle of class. He would overdose. I'd be like carrying him on my back, like dragging him from class to class. Like it was wild, dude. Like people were just, I think like when you come from a different country and you have like 8 family members living in a 1-bedroom house.
That's how the Cambodian gangs roll?
Yeah, your mindset is just on a... Like, we used to go hang out at his house, and he would want me to come and hang out and sleep over at a time, like, all the time.
In one room like this, and with 10 other dudes?
Your grandma needs to stay on the couch. Your uncle needs to, like, stay... Like, where do you want me to sleep? Oh, my But they're tight. Like,
yeah. So they took you in? I mean...
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Did any tattoos? The tattoos you have old tattoos?
It has nothing to do with any of the gangs.
Okay, that's good for you, man. Because you walk in the straight and narrow. You got a gym. You got your own gym now.
Well, when I went there, I was like, okay, if even like the fucking tuba player is kind of thugging, like, I better like figure out my own lane here, you know?
Well, like when you're in that environment, like what kind of outlets do you have as a kid? Like, what were you doing to get away from all that?
For the kids there, I don't really know if they have any, because a lot of them, I think they live in a bubble. And I would ask them, like, what do you guys want to do? And they're like, oh man, probably adult school, become a mechanic or whatever. Yeah. Because their dreams are so limited by their environment. Damn. But for me, like, coming from a different part of town.
So you had both sides of the tracks.
Yeah, like I knew that if I applied myself, I could always go to like a good college, and from there that would open up doors to a bunch of other things. Yeah. So my mind wasn't limited to what those guys were.
What's the graduation rate there at that school?
Fuck, I don't even know. So like my Cerritos High School, I remember they told me in order to graduate you have to have Algebra 2. Okay. At Marquepo, you only need Algebra 1. And I already took Algebra 1 like as in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, that's like 8th, 9th. Yeah, so that's like, early.
I'm like, you just need like 8th grade math to graduate? And I'm like, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you graduated from that school?
So I barely graduated. So what happened?
What happened? This 5-year thing, man.
So I was in
8th grade math and
so I went.
You just said how easy it was.
Yeah. I didn't apply myself. So I went through my junior year, and I got really into raving. Or maybe that was the niche I found.
Oh, you were in raving? I
was like, I'm not a gangster, so let's have love and drop ecstasy.
Yeah, I did that too. Yeah.
So I went raving like crazy, like almost every other day.
Yeah, the homies got into jungle and stuff like that.
Drum and bass, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I went into raving, and I think after that year, I still didn't really amount to anything. And since I'm the only child, I think my parents always like put a lot of thought into me. Yeah. So my mom was like, hey, like, you want to go try another school? And she brought up like a couple of military schools to kind of put me in shape. So I ended up going to Army and Navy Academy in Carlsbad, which is like right next to San Diego.
I know where Carlsbad is. Yeah. I'm from San
Oh,
Diego.
right,
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah, so there's Army and Navy Academy
You're by
down
the
there.
beach. You're by the beach.
Yeah, so I went down there, and then over there you can't just start senior year because you have like all these military traditions.
That's a different world than where you're from.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You must have been tripping.
Yeah, I was.
It was just like you're like, oh, I could breathe now.
Yeah.
Because San Diego's chill, dude.
That's what I thought. So I went there, and they were like, okay, you can't just start just senior year, even though you have enough credits, because you have to learn all the military traditions. So most kids, when they go there, they have to repeat 1 year. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll take my junior year over again. And when I got there, at the first day at orientation, I found out that was a school that was where all these parents would send their fuck up kids to. Oh. So almost immediately.
So there's some troublemakers.
Yeah,
dude.
there's like a dick measuring contest. People are, it was almost like it was like jail. Like, oh, why are you come here? Where are you from? Oh. And immediately there's like 10 people from 10 different gangs. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be like this. So
you're just trying to get away from that.
I was trying to, but a lot of the military school, it's either really rich parents that send their kids there.
Yeah, just not to deal with, so they don't have to deal with it.
Or fuck ups from other places, and they're tired of like all the other things, so they send their kids there too.
So how did you adapt to that?
So how I adapted was I became part of like the ecstasy drug dealing ring there. So I was like me and like a bunch of other dudes. We started selling ecstasy
at raves.
No, just on the campus because there's nothing to do.
So you'd sell it at school?
Yeah, we would sell it at school, and at night we would just go in each other's like little dorm rooms, and we would like put the subwoofer underneath the desk, and we would just bump trance, and we would just all stick our heads in there and try to like trip the fuck out in there. Dude,
so you would put.
I should have brought some pictures, dude.
Yeah, I would love that.
Some of this shit is so like incriminating. Like we have fucking vapor rub like all over our face, like 3 dudes acting hella gay. It's hilarious, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, you didn't have the sticks, the glow
not
sticks?
at the school, but we went raving for sure.
So you went to raves in San Diego or LA?
Oh, in LA.
Because that's where the good ones were, right?
Yeah, well, and also in San Diego, since it's a boarding school, you can't really leave.
Yeah.
You can't leave until like your parents come and pick you up.
You didn't get into any water sports like surfing or body surfing?
I bodyboard a little bit. I've always
me too.
Yeah.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So you go out at Carlsbad or Del Mar or...
Yeah, so the school's actually on the beach.
Oh.
So we just went down the stairs and the beach is there.
Dude, that's fun, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it better there opposed to where the other school? Because San Diego's a little more nicer, though, right?
It is nicer.
It
is nice. It felt more like laid back and calm.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
So how long were you doing that for?
I actually got kicked out after like maybe 3 or 4 months again. Because one night I think there was like 12 of us. We were all high as fuck, like off weed and ecstasy and all that. And there was a 7-Eleven down the street. And since it was like 4 a.m., we're like, maybe no one would catch us if we just went on like a drink and snack run. And
a beer run?
No, just like Gatorade or whatever, just like random stuff.
But stealing?
I think we had intentions of buying.
I thought when you said run, I thought it was like some kind of mission where...
No, you get cotton mouth from ecstasy.
Exactly,
we're just like,
exactly.
Like that all day. So
Orange
we're like,
Gatorade,
so let's go get some drinks.
Yeah, I did.
Sneak out of school, Steve.
Okay. I thought it was some mission.
Yeah, you think we're criminals?
Some military mission.
Yeah, so we were running, and the principal of the school was just so happened to be driving down. I don't even know what he was doing at 4 a.m. And so he lined us. Yeah, so he lined us all up. We all got expelled, and then so I went back to Marqueple, and the old high school, not the original high school, but the old high school,
the tough one.
Yeah, and by that time, a lot of I would say me and Joe got the latter half of like that gang culture. So by the time I came back, it was like half of that gang feeling started to leave, and now it was like party culture coming in.
Is this 90s, late 90s now?
So now this is like 2002, 2003.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so it was changing.
So what's the difference? What's party culture like in high school? Like what does that even mean?
So it would people would just like to drink more, have kickbacks,
40 ouncers.
Yeah, like try to sleep with each other and stuff. There's not so much like banging on each other that much. Yeah.
So were the girls gangster too?
I knew some that were. I knew like a girl. She shaved her head just so she could be more gangster. Yeah. So I met some girls like that.
Did you date any gangster ass girls? And stuff?
I had one girlfriend.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
She was caught selling drugs at Knott's Berry Farm, so she had a probation officer. So she was kind of gangster. Yeah. She was on house arrest for a while. Yeah.
This is a random question because I just went to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
Why they have a rep of like it being gangster.
Six Flags?
Yeah, why?
Like the people there?
Like the people that go there.
I've never been there before, so I don't know.
Yeah. It was fun.
Did you see any gangsters?
No.
I feel like that whole thing died down though.
This is probably back in the day.
Yeah. I don't really see gangsters that much anymore.
Did you date it? Did you date or go to the school dances? Were you dating anyone in high school?
Yeah, I dated a couple people. I went to a couple school dances, but by that time I was like super into like rave culture, so I was just
me
like
too.
super
I loved it.
happy.
Yeah. Simply Jeff. Because that Asian dude, he spelled in house music, I think. He was a DJ. Yeah. But there's crazy ones where, you know what I mean? You all night and it's some warehouse or you know what I mean? I went to one in San Francisco. There's a carnival wheel. I was on acid. I lost my friends. But then you would trip out because you would see the girl having a bad trip on shrooms crying.
Yeah. That's the crazy shit.
Your trip. You'd
like
be
people would be
like,
like, "Are you gonna go to EDC?" I'm like, "Bro, I used to go to EDC when you would have to call a number 3 times. Like they'll tell you half the directions because it's so underground. So you call this random like pager or whatever, and they'll go, "Get on the 405, go over here, exit here," and then that's it. And then you would drive halfway, and you would have and like more directions at like 5 p.m.
Yeah,
and then you would finally go to some random field, and you would park all your cars, and like it would be this rave in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, and you come back, and like half of people's cars got broken into and stuff.
Oh damn!
I'm like having raves at a legit venue like the Coliseum, like that's a new thing. Back when I went raving,
it was like some CD warehouse. Yeah, me too. Like even in the ones in Phoenix, it was the same type of thing where you have to like go to this location, then they'll tell you, oh, you got to go here, and then it's just some industrial area. Yeah. You're like, oh, I guess it's here.
Yeah.
Did you trip on LSD or back then?
I never did LSD. Like I was always so scared because I have like a good imagination. But now looking back, I think maybe I should have tried it.
You're more ecstasy?
But I took a fuck ton of ecstasy, dude. So
like how many? What's the most you've taken?
At once, maybe like 7 at once.
7 at once.
Like I would take like 3 or 4.
You're scared of acid?
I don't know.
Because
I would take like 3 or 4.
You were on the clouds.
Because my tolerance was so my tolerance got so high. If I took just one, it would just feel like I was wearing a jacket. Like, oh, okay, it's kind of warm right now, you know. So I would have to take like 3 or 4, then take another 2 or 3, and then maybe another 2 or like 1 more. At the end of the night, if I want to party for like 4 hours or 5 hours or something.
Do you ever meet girls under that state, like at a random rave? It only happened once. It only happened once for me.
No, I met a couple of girls like that.
Yeah.
And you end up making out all night.
And
then you sober up. You're like, but who the fuck are you? Shit! I don't even remember how I got here.
You guys used to go to the raves too, or what?
Yeah.
You already went. You went through that?
Yeah, I was big into that in high school. A little bit after.
Hey, what do you got a random? How about let these guys get involved? You got a random question for Bart on this tip, or what?
Top 5 DJs.
At the time?
At the time. Rave DJs?
Yeah.
Good question, George.
So back then, I started getting into like super high energy house. I think it was called Hard House at the time. There was like this DJ, I think called like Rachel Auburn, and then like Lisa Lash. These are like all Euro guys. I would say American. You remember a dude named Richard Humpty Vision?
Dude, I don't really know. I don't know the DJs. I know Simply Jeff.
Yeah, Richard Humpty Vision.
REW.
There's a guy named a local guy named Theo.
Okay,
he was pretty cool. Who else? And then there's like the ones that like are still classics, like Tiesto, like Paul Oakenfold.
Are they still doing it?
They are.
They're doing
it.
So they're probably making money, dude. Yeah,
those guys.
Because they got a name now.
And they're good at fucking you up if you're on drugs.
Oh, with their music?
Yeah, I remember like at EDC, like Tiesto was playing this one song with some, you know, like when you're on ecstasy, like if the girl like sings high, you just feel all crazy, like you're like, you get all these like goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like he was playing some song, I think it's called Delirium, remember that song? I love that song.
No, I don't. I
Dude,
don't
if
know
you
much
hear
of
it,
it.
you might even get like ecstasy, like
yeah.
flashbacks. But he was playing this song, and I remember like everyone was like grabbing the grass off the floor because they felt so crazy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that music could do that too?
Yeah.
Like,
well, the drugs help out a lot too. It's not just like if I was like vacuuming the house and I listened, I probably wouldn't trip out that hard.
Did you? So when did you meet Joe? Did Joe used to go to these events with you too?
He did. Not with me.
Yeah.
On his own though.
He went to raves too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't he talk about that? Maybe did he? I don't remember.
Not much.
So he went too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if we trace back our friends, if I
Yeah.
have enough brain cells to remember who my friends were, I'm pretty sure we probably had mutual friends somehow.
Wow.
Yeah, because everyone kind of knew each other, you know.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of Asians got in that scene. Huh?
a lot.
What do you think? What are the reasons for gravitating? You think towards it?
I don't know.
Is it just the music? It can't just be
it
the
could
music.
be the
It's just the
music, or
lifestyle,
like the Honda Civics and the subwoofers, and there's just something about that whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah. When did you get out of that?
So my senior year, which is my 5th year in high school, that's when I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Because your parents were getting on you, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah,
and also you're just starting to get older. You know, I'm about to be like 18 and I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what's for me after this? And I actually joined ASB my senior year. I got to make some changes around here.
Associate student body?
Yeah. I was like, I gotta fucking raise some funds and paint some parking lot lanes or something. I gotta do something.
So you got involved with
I got more involved with school.
At the tough school?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was also changing. So like ASB is a little bit different. It was less gangs and
Not
stuff.
as gang affiliated. Yeah.
And then I think halfway through my senior year, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just join the military because up until this point,
there it is again. Yeah,
I haven't graduated. I didn't go to my 6th grade graduation or 8th grade promotion or anything. I'm like, I'm the only child. My parents probably think they have a fuck up on their hands.
Yeah. So were you Army, Marines?
Marines. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta choose something so that and graduate some sort of ceremony. So my parents are like,
Proud.
okay, cool, like. Yeah, our only kid isn't a straight retard, you know?
So did you do that?
Yeah, so I joined the Marines and I was like, I'm going to do the reserves so I can like go to college and do all that stuff.
God, that must have been tough, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Like,
it was tough for me.
Explain just a typical day, like just during boot camp or like tell them how hard it is.
So the typical, I think the biggest thing of boot camp is you learn how much you take for granted. So the fact that you get to even open your eyes and get out of bed at like a leisurely pace,
like at noon
or even at 9. That's
leisure.
That's yeah. Yeah, like
dude, 9 is leisure.
Yeah, so
that's early for me.
This
dude.
is a typical day.
That's leisure for me, Steve.
What, 9?
Yeah.
What time you get up?
Like 7.
Okay.
So a typical day is like this. Probably 4:30, 5 a.m. Lights turn on.
That's when I go to sleep, dude.
Oh shit! Yeah, and then so the drill instructors would start running up and down.
Oh, dude.
Start screaming, "Get the fuck up, everyone! Get the fuck up!" So you're abruptly awakened.
What time do you go sleep?
You probably go sleep at like 10 or 11.
Okay.
And then everyone gets up out of bed. You line up, and this happens within seconds. Like you don't have time to fuck around. If you're like crawling out of bed, he's gonna come and grab you and yank you out of bed. Like you gotta come out of bed immediately, get at attention.
Oh,
so you're standing
my
at your
God.
bedpost. You have seconds. So like you gotta, from opening your eyes, you don't have time to shake it off.
No.
You gotta be at attention, ready to rock and roll. So you're standing at your
What
bedpost.
if you're dreaming?
Oh,
What if
dude,
you're in a dream?
There's people with fucking morning wood standing there.
Oh my
Like
God.
you have to. You can't be fucking
With
around.
boners?
Yeah.
So you stand up, you got a boner.
You have to, dude. You gotta be ready for
What
war.
about the drill sergeant? What's that boner?
They probably would.
Oh, wow.
What
Okay.
the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What is that?
They call that double standing at attention.
Yeah, something like that. And then
go,
so
Chris.
so everyone's and they'll play games sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but you guys want to move slow? Everyone get the fuck back in your racks right now. So everyone's jumping right back in their racks, and then get the fuck back
what's
out.
racks?
Which is another
Your
name
bed.
for bed. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have people jumping
racks.
into the bunk bed, coming out, jumping into the bunk bed. So everything is games.
I need to write that down. That's a good one. Racks equals bed. Racks.
So everything. They play games all day, meaning like they make everything way more convoluted than it needs to be. So you come out of your rack in your underwear and your t-shirt. So okay, everyone put on
Tidy
your,
whities?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone put on your left boot right now. So you put it on and they go, okay, tie your left boot right now. So everyone's tying like frantic, right? Take it off right now. Put your right boot on right now. Put on your trousers right now. Take it off right now. So you're like just by doing that, you're already sweating your balls off because you're just moving so fast. And they'll put it in orders that don't make sense. So they'll tell you to, like, let's say, put your boots on, then put your pants on, and then maybe put another pair of underwear on. So you're trying to, like, squeeze that shit on. And you're playing these games for maybe like 10 minutes, and then everyone rush to the head, which is the naval term for the bathroom.
Rush to the head.
Yeah, so everyone...
What if you got a gnarly shit?
Oh, you got to hold it or shit on yourself.
You have to poo on yourself.
You have to.
Have you seen that?
Well, you actually have to ask permission to poo. I've seen people pee and poo on themselves.
You have.
You have to.
Dude,
so they have allotted times for
you. Do you know this, George? This is crazy.
So you have a lot of times to use the restroom, and if you want to use the restroom outside of the allotted times, you have to ask for permission. And sometimes you'll go, this recruit requests permission to use the head, so I'm like, get the fuck away from me. You got to hold it a little bit longer now.
You've seen someone poo on themselves?
Yeah, all the time. You'll see some guy standing at attention, and you look down, and you're like, why is there a fucking stream of liquid just coming out of their boot? And they're peeing on themselves. And they start marching away, and you just see like this wet footprint.
What about the poo?
Oh, poo! You
smell it.
Know, yeah, you smell it. You smell. Yeah. So everyone rushes to the head.
Very late here. Would it ever happen to you, Bart?
Oh no! It actually never happened to me.
So in a way, you have to. In a way, you have to prep your body not to poo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta adapt to everything.
You gotta be a machine.
Yeah.
Wow, keep talking more
and then,
about this.
When
it's
you go,
interesting.
Yeah, and then when you go to the head, which is the bathroom, there's probably like 20 urinals and maybe 10 toilets, but you got 90 dudes.
So how do you work that out?
So they go, now you have 60 seconds, and they count this fast.
Well,
60,
even
60,
if
59,
you have to
57,
poo.
56. So now you have people shitting as hard, as fast as they can, but you don't have enough space, so another guy is peeing between your legs. And it's 3 to a urinal. No, because if you want to fuck around, they're going to come and grab you and pull you off the toilet, slam you against the wall, like they'll beat your ass. So
For not pooing.
So you got 60
I have to
seconds.
Just tell you, man, sometimes you can't control your poo like that.
They'll pull you off.
You know how much I've spent an hour on the toilet.
Yeah, they'll pull you off.
You know, I'm watching YouTube videos.
You don't have your phone in there.
Watching Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you don't have your phone in there.
You can't do that. Any of that.
No, you got 60
so
seconds.
You're trying to squeeze
in their time,
and this guy's pissing in
between. Yeah, and you got 3 to a urinal.
Okay, tell me more. And then what happens after this? Is the beginning of the day.
This is the beginning of the day, so it might be like we went through all of that. It might be like 5:30 now. So now it's time for breakfast, and then you never go anywhere on your own. You always go in a group.
Yeah.
And if you're going in a group, there's only 2 ways you're going. Either you're marching or you're sprinting. So we're probably sprinting to breakfast. So you sprint there, then you just stand there and you wait for your platoon's turn
What's a typical breakfast? What do they serve you?
It's like hometown buffet.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, you got French
and
toast.
bacon
Yeah, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you walk through, and then when you're eating, you got about like 5 minutes to scarf it down.
Wait. You have 5 minutes to eat?
Yeah. And if you eat slow, they're like, oh, you don't want to fucking eat. You're not hungry. They'll take your food, like smack you with the tray, pour the chocolate milk all over you, and then throw you out. So you gotta move fast. You can't be fucking around. What? You can't talk. You can't talk while you're eating. You're just, the minute you sit down, your feet, if your feet leave a 45-degree angle and it starts fucking around or shaking or whatever, they're tossing your food too. Your feet's at a 45 and you're just eating. And your eyes better be here. The minute your eyes look up and look around, you're fucked too.
Let me ask you guys, can you eat any meal under 5 minutes or 5 minutes or, you know?
If you're in that situation, you can.
You can?
Yeah, a lot of the things that you think have to be a certain way,
it doesn't have to.
Yeah, like
so
right
they
now,
reprogram your brain.
Yeah. To like accept the most minimal conditions.
Jeez. Keep going. Yeah, this is crazy interesting to me.
Yeah, so you do that, and
then so this is just the way I'm already like astonished through the peeing through the legs. You have to eat your meal under 5 minutes, or else they're hitting you with the tray. And pouring chocolate milk in your face.
Yeah, so it's constant training like throughout, you know.
Yeah.
Even while you're eating, you're training, and then afterwards you come out, and then you usually go to the pull-up bars and you do pull-ups or whatever.
How many do you have to do?
That's. In the beginning, I think you do like group pull-ups. Then at the end, they loosen up towards the end, but it's up to you. So you do some pull-ups and you get in formation, and then you start going to classes. So you learn about like Marine Corps history, you learn about war history, like all kind of stuff. But then you're sprinting to a class.
Yeah.
And then and if you're in class, and if you fall asleep, someone will come and smack you in the back of your head. So you don't really want to fall asleep because it hurts.
Yeah.
I've got smacked a couple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't really want to fall asleep, but you're tired as fuck too. Yeah, you're not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what the time are we looking at now? Noon.
Now it might be noon, and then you go and you do like calisthenics.
That's
like
a whole day
training.
already for me.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I quit.
Yeah. It's like constant training and running. I would probably say you probably run like a good accumulated maybe 5 or 6 miles a day, I would say.
Have you seen that movie Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
That reminds me of that.
It's harder than that though.
Then Full Metal
Yeah, it's
Jacket,
harder
the
than that.
Stanley Kubrick. Have you seen Full Metal?
It's harder than that. Much harder than that.
All right, tell me what happens after the classes.
The reason why it's, I think, as the years went on, people became more macho, more aggressive, and more creative.
Yeah, what they're training or
just in general. So, like for example, one time we're in the field and we're training, and I think there's this guy, like he was just kind of goofy, and so the drill instructor wanted to make fun of him. So he would tell another drill instructor to come over, and he goes, "Hey, this recruit right here, he knows a magic trick." And then they just like, cause like it's almost like we're a bunch of kids and they're also bored, so they want to find ways to entertain themselves.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Watch this, this recruit right here knows a magic trick." And then the other drill instructor will be like, "I don't fucking believe it. What's your magic trick?" And then he'll be like, "Show me that magic trick where that sand magically appears in your mouth." And the recruit's like, "Wait, what the fuck? I never heard of this before." And I'm just sitting there eating my little MRE. And then he'll...
What's an MRE?
It's like those little
meals ready to...
Yeah, meals ready to eat. Like those little rations, those war rations.
Yeah.
Because we're out training in the field.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, "That magic trick, I know you know how to fucking do it." And then he's like, "This recruit's know what you're talking about." He goes, "Do the fucking magic right now." And that kid just freaked out and he grabbed the sand and he just threw it in his mouth. Like that. And he started, "Now chew." And then you could hear him go like this, and you can hear all the rocks that's going in there.
In his teeth?
Yeah, and then those guys are just like, they're covering their face, like laughing, because it's so funny. But I was laughing too. Because I was like, that was pretty
That is
hilarious.
tough, man.
So there's like a lot of hazing that goes on.
Yeah. It's like a fraternity kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of hate. But what's dope though is like when you graduate, they give you a lot of respect. The drill instructors are like, "You fucking made it, and you're a Marine now, and now's your time to go and be like a real Marine out in the fleet or whatever."
Are there nicknames for people like a Full Metal Jacket? You know, there's Gomer Pyle, right?
Everyone had a...
what was your name?
They didn't really give me one, but there was this dude that was really flamboyant. They called him Ferry. His last name was Perry, so they call him Perry Ferry. Because that's just the way he walked around.
What was your name?
I didn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long does this training and this process last? Is that like 3 months, 2 months?
So boot camp is 3.5 months, like 14 weeks.
Jeez.
And then after that, so like what's different about the Marine Corps is the war stuff is separate from boot camp. So most boot camp is 8 weeks, like Army or Navy, it's 8 weeks.
Yeah. Did you get shipped anywhere, like in the Middle East or anything?
Oh no,
or?
so since I was a reserve, I actually got really lucky.
Where'd you go?
And I went to my unit that I ended up being attached to.
Mm-hmm.
They already maxed out the number of times they can go to the Middle East.
Oh, dude,
So I was able to,
one,
I dodged one. I was able to like go to complete school and do all that stuff.
Yeah, you dodged one, man, because that would have not been fun.
Yeah, all my other buddies that I joined the Marines with, they went at least once. Some of them went twice.
So you had a pretty good situation.
A really good situation.
How many years you got to put in with the Corps, man?
So if you're in the reserves at the time, you have to do 6 years.
That's what you did?
Yeah, I did 6 years, yeah.
But you get benefits from that, don't you?
While
you did your time.
While you're in. Afterwards, you don't get anything.
I met some guy at Starbucks in the Army. He still gets checks from the government, though.
If you went to war,
yeah,
or if you're active
he
duty, it's
almost
different.
lost his leg.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yeah,
they're all different.
Yeah, this is great, dude. Good for you, man. This guy, he did it, man.
What did I do?
You're a Marine, dude. You're a Marine.
Oh, thanks.
Not everyone could say that. Could you guys last in the Corps?
Not a lot of guys can say they spent 5 years
last
in
the
high school
Corps?
either.
Who could last out of these two in the
They
Corps?
both probably can.
Were there little guys like me
Yeah.
in the Corps?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about 125, 130 pound little
Yeah, there's some little badasses.
little guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the heart, dude. I've seen some guys like carry packs like literally their size, and they're just like, we're doing like these 10-mile like rucks, and they're just huffing and puffing, and then they put in the work.
What are the benefits for joining the Corps? If like someone out there sees this, and let's say they're confused, they can relate to your story, and they're like, you know what, I want to join the Corps. What are some of the benefits you could tell them?
So what I really liked about it is number one, whatever you think you need or take for granted, like you feel like you need a mattress or you need like you need a certain amount of sleep, it really changes your values and helps you reassess your life, and you actually don't really need much. So I always tell Gio, I'm like, hey, if we're homeless, we're homeless. So like, let's always like, you know,
you could survive.
Go balls to the wall with everything we want to do.
Yeah.
So I really like that, and I also like the discipline and how much you're able to push yourself. Like everyone thinks they can only do this much, but you could actually push yourself way more. So that's what that taught me. So if anyone out there is kind of like lost or doesn't know what they really want to do, they don't know if school is for them, I would say join the military and go to all the recruiting offices and see which military branch fits you the best. For me, I knew it was at first I was interested in the Army. So I went to the Army recruiting station. The way they talked to me was kind of like a used car salesman, like, you want to see the world and whatever. And I'm just like, oh, this guy's cheesy. I'm like, if this is what the Army is about, I didn't want to join. So I was like, okay, I talked to him. I got some information. I went to talk to the Navy guy. I was like, okay, cool. They don't really seem very combative. I was like, that's cool. When I went into the Marine Corps recruiting station, I walked in. I was like, hello. And no one was really there. And I just kind of like knocked on the wall. And then this dude, he crawls out from underneath his desk, and he was like wiping the eye boogers off his face. He had a little sleeping bag down there. And he goes, oh, you want to join the Marine Corps? I'm like, dude, this is my home right here. I'm like, this fool don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But he looks like
he's sleeping there.
Yeah, but I was like, if shit goes down, I feel like this guy is super down for his shit. He doesn't have to put up a front like the way the Army.
Yeah.
But that's I wouldn't say that's representative of the Army.
Yeah.
That was just my experience. So I was like, I like this because I like no bullshit type of people.
Yeah. You think the Marines are the toughest out of all
out
of
of regular branches? They are.
They are, right?
It's the longest boot camp. In addition to boot camp, before you go to your job schooling, you have to go through another thing called MCT, which is Marine Combat Training. So it's another 3 weeks.
Jeez. So that's like 6.5. That's 7 weeks.
So there's a lot of stuff. So it's like the longest training for any regular branch.
Yeah.
But then if you go like Green Berets or Navy SEALs or like Air Force parajumpers, those are paratroopers. Those are way different. Those are like elite level. I'm just talking about regular branches. Marines is the hardest.
What was a couple last questions? What was the most difficult part about doing the Marines? Or completing it, like if you, So there's this last portion there's boot camp is in 3 phases. Phase 1, I think they just teach you like how to work as a group, and then phase 2, you go into the field, which is you leave Marine Corps Recruiting Depot San Diego, and you go to Camp Pendleton, and you live out in the field. Yeah, that's near San Diego.
Yeah, and you learn how to shoot there, and you learn all these like mountain warfare type stuff.
Yeah.
The last section of phase 2, there's this thing called the Crucible, and I believe it's this 3-day training exercise where in 3 days you sleep, I think, a total of 4 hours. You eat 3 meals, and you cover 50 miles and maybe like 40 different obstacles.
Damn.
And then at the end of it, there's this thing called the Reaper, and it's like a really steep climb. That was probably the hardest thing in boot camp, because like you're amazed at how much you're able to accomplish.
What is the Reaper? Is it a mountain or something?
Yeah, it's this thing that goes up, like imagine Runyon Canyon on crack, and then it goes flat, and then it goes up again, and then it goes flat. And by the time you get up there, after the 3 days and the 50 miles and all that, everyone's bawling. The most toughest dudes, they're crying. Yeah, because people can't wrap their minds around what big of a feat they accomplish. You know, like for most people, that's like the toughest thing they've ever done their whole lives. Yeah. So people are crying. Like 2 people that were beefing, they're hugging now. They're I fucking hated you all in phase 1 and phase 2, but let's hug it out. It's a dope
so it brings
experience.
people together.
It does, yeah.
So if you guys want to join the Marine Corps, make sure that you're ready for the Reaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Crucible. Jeez. A lot of people, they lift weights to get ready for the Marines. Just run.
Because it's cardio?
It's a lot of cardio. I made the mistake of like
lifting a lot?
Doing like curls and shit. Doesn't help you at all.
It doesn't?
No. You gotta run.
Yeah, so you don't have to lift. Just make sure you're on that treadmill, and then you make your cardio game up.
Or you can do CrossFit, but you gotta do a lot of circuits and stuff like that.
Wow, dude, I commend you for that stuff, man. Is it way harder than wrestling? It's harder than wrestling, huh?
Some parts of boot camp is harder than wrestling, but wrestling prepares you for it, though.
Wait, wrestling helps.
Most wrestlers that I meet, they actually do really well in the military. Because I would say wrestling, it's one of the
cutting weight.
It's one of the toughest sports.
Yeah, they're cutting weight too. Yeah. Wow, dude, this is interesting. I mean, this is fascinating, huh? I had no idea you put in that much. I didn't know that you were in the Marines, man. Is that when you started getting into guns and stuff? Because I wanted to move on to that segment because I noticed when I was at JK during break, you were like, dude, like during break, I look over at you, you had your shirt off, and you're like, dude.
Oh yeah,
I was tripping.
Dude, I love guns, dude.
Yeah, but you were doing in like the way I was like observing you. I'm like,
trigger control. I don't know about that trigger control.
He was like setting up. You're doing like some scenario where a guy comes in and you're like ready for him. Yeah. So is that so? When did you
start getting into guns?
Yeah, into guns.
I think I've always been into guns, but like I like the idea of guns. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really get really familiar with a gun until boot camp, because in boot camp you gotta like be able to assemble a weapon in under like 50 seconds, and then like
an assault rifle.
Yeah, assault rifle, like an AR-15. You gotta be able to put that together, and you get so familiar with it because like when you're out in the field sleeping, like, it's in your sleeping bag, like you're sleeping with it.
Yeah,
like you get really acquainted. Like I memorize all the parts, like all that kind of stuff. So I got really familiar with guns, and then when I came out, I just got more into guns.
Yeah.
And later, it wasn't until but then I couldn't really afford it, because guns are pretty expensive.
Yeah, they are, huh?
So it wasn't until recently when I started buying more guns, and then by being in the gun community, I was able to take classes and start shooting competitions.
How many guns do you own now?
Oh man, I got probably 20 or 30 of them. Probably 20 or 30.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why so many?
I think I'm just making up for all the lost time.
Yeah,
I'm American. Yeah, you don't need all that.
Okay, I don't have any guns, but let's say someone wants they could only choose one gun to have in their home as protection.
Yeah.
And that's it, just to protect their family.
Yeah.
If they had one choice, what gun do you recommend?
If it was up to me, I would say a Glock 19. It's a small little handgun.
9mm?
9mm, and that's all you really need. And you could put what are all those? They have special bullets. I don't even remember the names of them. Like
incendiary?
No, it's like the ones that like hollow points, and stuff.
Hollow points.
Yeah, because most importantly, it's maneuverable. And if you shoot, it's not going to go through all the walls and kill your neighbor.
Yeah.
And if you have to repair your house, if something God forbid goes down, the repair isn't like hard like a shotgun. Like someone comes in here and you blow them with the shotgun, like that TV's gone, that thing's gone, like all kinds of shit's all fucked up. So it's more controlled. The only thing is you have to be more acquainted and trained for it.
For 9mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think anything you own, you should be familiar with. I mean, just like the way you're familiar with your phone.
Yeah.
Everything is useless unless you're familiar with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can't get the Glock, what's the second best?
That's probably one of the most affordable guns out there. It's like $500.
With the Glock.
Yeah, and it's very reliable.
What's the difference between that and a 38 cal or something?
I mean, you can probably get a Glock in a 38 cal. I'm not too sure, but you could just Glocks. They're chambered in so many different rounds, like 40, 45. But I just like 9 because you carry more.
Yeah,
you can carry more rounds, and then if people are scared that the round is too small, then you get like the hollow points or whatever, and then when it goes in, it'll open up and it'll create a big wound.
Wow. How easy is it for an American to just get a gun?
It all depends on the state.
Oh, it's different for every state.
Yeah, some states you go and you buy the gun and you take it home the same day, and you could buy like 100.
Yeah, no background checks or?
Some of them, no. California is really hard though. California, you got to go fill out paperwork. They do a 10-day background check, and then you got to come back with after 10 days, but before 30 days.
Yeah.
Because if you wait more than 30, then you got to redo the whole thing again.
Wow.
So California is pretty hard.
Yeah. So do you have like a shotgun and like rifles?
I have a couple shotguns, yeah.
So what's the best shotgun that a person could get? Like, what's the number one choice for a shotgun?
Oh man, shotguns I don't really know because that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
I just have a couple.
Yeah. What about so you have a rifle then?
Yeah, I have a couple ARs.
Okay. What are some of the best choices there?
Mine, a brand I really like is Noveski.
Noveski.
They're considered like the Lamborghini of ARs to some people.
Okay, were they manufactured in Europe there or something?
No, they're manufactured in the States.
Okay,
could be even Oregon or Washington or something like that.
Yeah, why that brand? Quality?
This is what people recommended.
Yeah,
and then what people told me is like it has some of the best fitment. Like when you feel the parts come together,
is it heavy?
There's like very little wiggle room. It's actually really light. it's strong, it's light, and it fits well together. It doesn't rattle.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've tried a lot of ARs, and that's one of my favorite.
Yeah, because this gun, like the gun control thing, it's like a huge topic, just especially just out in the news and stuff.
Now, yeah.
Because the point being is because of all the school shootings and all that. Like, what do you think about all, as far as
all that stuff?
Yeah, all that stuff.
For me, like number one, first and foremost, I do believe in government. Which means like if we all agree to not have guns, I'm down with it. Like I'm not married to my guns, but that's the problem where we can all say we agree, and there's always a couple people hiding a couple.
Yeah,
and so those guys that are hiding a couple are usually the bad guys. So the laws don't even apply to them. So if they don't apply to them and they're still committing crimes with guns, and I just feel like then it's in the good guys' best interest to have some to protect themselves just in case.
Right.
Yeah. But I wished it was a perfect world and we can all go, hey guys, let's have a giant nationwide meeting and we're all going to melt our guns, right? Right, everybody?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that,
Well, if you look at the state of just, like the police department or just if martial law happens, then what do you do then? Like if the police are tending to something else and then chaos happens and how you have to protect your family.
Exactly. That's what people like.
That's the only way I would see it logical for me. Like if I need to protect my girlfriend or my mom.
Yeah, people are. I think when people are voting or they're like voicing their opinion, they're only voicing it from their own personal perspective. So someone might live in a good neighborhood and they're like, why would I ever need guns? Cops come in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But there's places in the hood where cops, like I have a buddy that's a sheriff, and there's places in the hood that he won't go unless there's 3 other patrol cars because he'll just get lit up. The minute he goes in, it's like some training day shit. Oh. Like if you go in, just 2 cops in a car, they're done.
Oh, that's a good movie. I like that movie. When Ethan Hawke is trapped in the hood.
Yeah. So it's like if there's already places like that where there's like snipers on the hood snipers on the roof.
They got snipers.
They got people. They're like people that'll do like little bird calls and they'll blast cops that are coming in. Like there's some really deep places like that. Ooh. And what happens when cops are scared to go there? What do you do? And then there's also places in the country where there's like big ass 800-pound, 1,000-pound moose that are just running through your living room.
Yeah.
And the cops, it takes them 2 hours to get to your place. Like, what are you going to do when a giant, wild animal? So I don't think people consider everything. So I think people are just voting, I don't think you need guns or whatever. So for me, I'm always about, let's just make everything okay and let people choose what they want to do. So if you make guns completely okay, then if you don't want guns, you don't have to have it.
Right.
Kind of just like cars. Like cars are completely legal, and if you want to be the guy that just Ubers everywhere, go ahead. But if someone else wants to have a car, let them have a car.
Right.
Yeah.
Cars kill more people than guns.
That's what I heard.
See, George is on your side.
Yeah.
George, you got a gun?
Hell yeah, dog.
So what do you? Let's ask George. So what do you got?
I got me just a simple SKS, Apocalypse defense.
What's SKS?
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Basically AK-47.
Oh, dope.
George has an AK-47.
That's sick.
You have
the cheap Chinese version.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hold up, I need a minute there.
You need a minute?
This fool's got an AK-47. Well, don't you think that's a bit much? I mean, does one need an AK-47 in today's?
You're asking somebody with 30 guns an AK-47. He's got 2 AR.
Well, one doesn't really need anything. If you think about it, one doesn't even need a laptop.
Right.
Like if I worked at a car wash, I don't even need a laptop to begin with. So it's not really a.
Chris, you got a gun?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Ooh.
I just recently sold one of them too. I had a Brad 9mm that I just.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Oh, well, I just didn't use it anymore. I
Yeah.
used to carry one for work, and then I don't do security anymore. So.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is it hard did you have to get a certain permit to carry it for work?
Yeah, and it's embarrassingly easy to get.
And if you get it, can you wear it and you carry that gun in civilian clothes?
No.
So only when you're on the duty.
No, and then when I went to work, I had to put the gun in my trunk and then the bullets in my glove box.
Yeah.
I had to keep them separate, or I would get in trouble. Like if I got pulled over and they tried.
No, because you have
I'm
a kid.
always trying to find loopholes to carry a gun. That's why. That's what I was asking.
You have a kid now, though.
Yeah.
So as far as growing up in a house full of guns, you have to take precautions, right?
Oh, 100%.
So what are you doing to prepare?
So I probably have to take the next step. The first step, I have all my guns in the safe.
Good.
Except for one, and that's the home defense one where I have to access it quickly.
Is that under your bed?
That one is in my nightstand right next to my bed, just in case shit happens. Because the place where my safe is located, if someone comes through the front door, I have enough time to go and grab something.
Yeah.
And like, I have like 2 or 3 ready to go weapons in the safe that are just locked and loaded. So I just have to open the safe and pull it out, and I can start blasting someone.
Okay.
The one in my nightstand, it's the magazine is outside of the gun.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to be groggy and like sleepwalk one day and accidentally put it in and shoot myself.
Yeah.
But now that my baby is tall enough to start opening drawers, I probably have to get like some sort of like little gun vault so he doesn't accidentally put it in. So I gotta be responsible.
Good. Hey, congratulations, man. I want to end it with that segment as far as like fatherhood.
Yeah.
So how did you like do congratulations?
How did I do it?
I
didn't wear a condom. I didn't wear a condom that day.
But like, how do you? I mean, as far as raising a kid, like, what's that like? You know, like,
man, raising a kid is pretty crazy. My friend told me in a way that it really hit home, and he was like, "You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna know what to expect, but when the baby comes out, it's gonna be love at first sight." And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess I could see that. And the minute the baby comes out, they came out that day, and he's ugly as fuck, like all babies that just come out. They look like a gray alien, and they got shit on their face. But I just fell in love. I just started tearing, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the most beautiful thing ever. And then it's just like the craziest collab you could ever have with someone.
Yeah.
Because it's like you see the features of the other person, and as the baby develops, like Taika is about to be 1 year old right now. And you can see he gets hangry, like me.
Oh, you do?
I get hangry, and I'm like, damn, that's just like me. And then you can see him like walking around, and like he does certain things like Geo. It's just, I'm like, man, this is so cool. You can see like how
both traits
of me and traits of Geo put into this new thing is its new entity. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it must be a new adventure every day or something new.
Oh yeah.
You wanted a boy, huh? Or a girl?
Yeah, I wanted a boy by a little bit. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
But I just think like with what I know, and that since I'm into like guy shit, I'm like, there's probably more information I could pass on.
Right.
So I was really happy.
Would you let him wrestle?
Oh, 100%. If you want to be a UFC fighter, I'll let him be a UFC fighter.
Right.
Like, I'm super for whatever is going to make him happy, and that's what he's going to get fulfillment out of life, 100%.
Yeah. So that would make you the most proudest when he gets that age, is like, if you want, hey, I want to join the wrestling team.
Whatever he wants.
Okay.
If you want, I want to be in badminton, or if I want to be in a chess team, whatever he wants. If he wants to be a Navy SEAL, go ahead. Ballerina, go ahead.
He's gonna be a pretty big boy though, huh?
He looks like it.
Yeah.
He's every time we take him to the pediatrician, he's always in like the 90th percentile in terms of height and weight and head size.
Dude, he's good.
So he's always wearing like 6 months clothes in advance. So
and he'll have a gym when he gets to that. Yeah. Let's talk about that too. You know, because I want to promote the gym too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
What's
Are you looking at your fake watch?
Barbell Brigade.
Is that the Stark symbol?
Yeah.
That's sick. How come you just randomly were like...
I don't know. I'm a fan of the show. I saw Sansa Stark at In-N-Out Burger up the street. Yeah, I was tripping.
Did you call her by...
No, I was just tripping. I was just like slow motion. I was like, she came in. She was just got back from football game with just some of her homies. And I just, I was waiting for my double-double.
She wasn't wearing like a velvet dress or anything?
No, dude. She was just there. And I was just like, that's Sansa Stark, dude.
She's tall, huh?
She's pretty tall.
She looks tall in the show.
Yeah, she's pretty tall. And I was tripping on it. Yeah.
Are you excited for them to come back?
Oh, yeah.
2019?
Dude. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
But the Barbell Brigade, how'd you come up with the name, and what made you want to open up the gym?
So I did in my first powerlifting meet, I think back in like 2012, 2013. And I just fell in love. At that time, I signed up for it randomly. I didn't know how to train for it or anything. I was just like, man, I've been lifting for like 10 years. I wonder. And I kind of had that competitive bug, in wrestling and like.
And you're in the Marines too, dude.
Yeah, so I just kind of had that. I was like, I wonder how I fare up with like some other lifters.
Yeah.
So I just signed up for a powerlifting meet. And I fell in love with the sport.
You're like $180, right? $175?
Right now, I'm about 185.
Okay, cool.
My first meet I did at 165, and I fell in love with it. and I came back to LA and I couldn't really find a gym. And then so me and Gio, we decided to open one. And then when we were thinking of names, I wanted to call it Hell at one point because I really like training hardcore. And Gio's like, that's probably not a good marketing move. And I was like, that's true. You might alien a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then I've always like training as a group, kind of like as like a unit
to motivate.
So we liked the name Brigade. It just felt cool.
Like Bowen's Brigade, the skateboarding. Yeah.
And then so our original name was Brigade Barbell Club, and I like the word Barbell Club because that was like the old school powerlifting gyms in like the 70s and 80s were always something barbell club. So I wanted to like kind of pay homage to that. But one time we were just eating, and one of us said it wrong, and we just said, "Oh, you know about Barbell Brigade?" And we're like, "Oh shit, that flows better than Brigade Barbell Club."
Yeah, Barbell Brigade.
So it just became Barbell Brigade. We just took the Barbell Club part out.
That's sick, man.
Thank you.
So where are the gyms located, man?
It's located in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right outside of downtown.
Okay.
It's at 646 Gibbon Street in Los Angeles. Check it out. We're open from 5 a.m. to pretty much midnight, Monday.
You got a website?
Yeah, barbellbrigade.com. You can check out our apparel there. You can check out our gym
you got
there.
clothes.
Yeah, we're a gym and also a lifestyle apparel company. So,
that's what's up.
So we got clothes.
Yeah,
we got a gym. We got all kinds of content.
Yeah, I need like. What do you recommend, like, for a little guy? Like, can a little guy go there and start lifting?
Dude, we got some little guys that are really strong.
Really?
Yeah.
No, does diet have a lot to do with it too?
It can.
Okay, what are the best things to eat while you're lifting? Like
I would say in the beginning, just focus on one thing at a time.
Maybe chicken or something, chicken breast.
That helps out.
Okay, yeah.
But I would say for most people, they get overwhelmed with too much stuff.
Yeah.
So just start lifting. If you can get that down for a month, then add the second layer and then the third layer. Because then if you give people too much stuff, they're like, it's easy to get burnt out.
Yeah,
so I would say get your butt in the gym, and then even if you spend 10 minutes each time, just do that, build that habit, and then slowly you can progress.
Dude, you're look strong, dude. You look really strong.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Do you got the abs going too?
A little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How does one get how does one get abs?
So abs, you gotta build the muscle of the abs so it comes out.
Yeah.
And then you have to lower your body fat so it shows.
How do you lower body fat?
How do you
lower it? How do you lower it?
So if you want to get really scientific about it, you want to be on a caloric deficit. So when you're on a caloric, that just means that you're burning more calories than you're taking in. Through that, you slowly burn the fat, and then eventually your body fat percentage starts lowering. It'll be like 25% to 22%, 20%, like that.
Wow.
Slowly goes
Does
down.
Intermittent fasting help?
There's a bunch of different diets.
Because I've been doing that every Sunday.
And they
24 hours. I don't.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They all work. You just gotta find the one that's easy for you to adhere to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no like solution to it. It's like everyone has their own like process or techniques of doing it.
Yeah, and some diets work better for other people.
Yeah,
You can't just because someone goes, "Oh, keto works great for me," doesn't mean it works great for someone else. Like people are carb sensitive differently. People are fat sensitive differently. So you just gotta find a diet that works for you.
Are you thinking about like because you're training Muay Thai? Would you ever compete in Muay Thai?
I really want to. I want to do like one amateur fight. I really want to. I think
because
really
you could
cool.
do it, dude. You know, you could do it
against the man. One amateur fight.
Against the man. Yeah.
Okay, would you cut down or would you fight out your?
I'd probably cut down a little bit.
How far would you cut?
Maybe like 170, 175.
Okay.
Yeah, just because my cardio's never been my strong suit. So if I'm a little bit lighter, I could probably last a little bit longer.
Do you do cardio at the gym?
My cardio these days is just like the shadow boxing and back stuff. I don't really like go run or anything like that.
Yeah. Did I even ask you about the Jkyc? Like I didn't even bring up Jkyc.
That's part 2, Steve.
Yeah, you gotta do part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
But let's talk about Jkyc a little bit, man.
Okay.
So, who are the OGs of it?
The OGs technically just me and Joe.
And then how'd you meet Joe?
And the next OGs would be Gio and Casey.
Then how'd you meet Joe? Just briefly, how did you meet Joe? And then when did you decide to do Jkyc?
So I met Joe at our MMA gym, probably like 2005 or something like that. And like MMA is like a pretty serious sport. And at that time, me and Joe were the only ones fucking around, and they were always like cracking jokes. And so we just realized we had kind of had like the funny bone.
Yeah, the funny skits and stuff.
Yeah. And then the summer that we were going to transfer to a 4-year university from community college, we didn't really have anything to do. So we decided to just shoot random videos for fun and make our friends laugh. We didn't know that YouTube was like a public thing. We thought it was
just for your friends.
Yeah, we thought it was like MySpace but with video. So we thought it would be like, let's upload a funny video and send it to this guy, make him laugh. So your
intention was just to make your friends laugh.
Yeah. So we'd record stupid shit and then we put it on there, and then other people started getting a hold of it, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is pretty funny."
Like the Korean guy. That was funny. The Korean.
By that
character.
time, we knew we had an audience, but before then, we were
You're
like,
just doing it on the fly. Just,
yeah. And then from that point on, we're like, "Oh, we should probably team up and make this like a legit thing."
So did you notice like the numbers, like the views getting like, whoa, this is kind of getting viral here?
Yeah, because before it'd be like 50 views, and we're like, okay, that's our friends.
Yeah.
And then I remember the one time it was like 200 views, and we're like, we don't even have 200 friends. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And when it gets to 800 views, and we're like, 800 views, this is nuts.
Yeah. So it's a gradual process.
Yeah, we're like, we're fucking viral at 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
But look where it's at now.
Yeah.
You guys are like your own entity, you know?
Kind of.
So, I mean, it's, it's inspiring because it'll show the underdog that you don't need these big networks. You could do it on your own, right?
You can.
Right?
Yeah.
So on the next segment, I want you to focus on, we can maybe talk about that and how to, like that whole process and stuff.
Cool.
And
that'd be
when
awesome.
like to where you're at now,
Yeah.
I haven't even been to your other building. I've only been to the one.
Oh, it's nice. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you have a headquarters now.
Yeah, that's our big one.
And you guys are getting into film and all these other things.
We just finished writing our second movie.
Oh, movies now.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of like always what we wanted to do. So we just finished
so
writing.
it's like you never know what could happen, man.
Yeah, you never know.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
So let's start plugging. I want to plug. We good on time?
Yeah. Oh, we're great on time.
We're good on time.
Okay,
It just
awesome.
breezed
Thank
by because it's. So can we plug your Instagram and your Facebook
Let's
and
plug the JK News audio podcast.
okay, let's plug. Okay, so what's the JK
So
Audio
we have
News
a
podcast?
Just Kidding News audio podcast. It's
Son of a gun.
available on iTunes. You're probably gonna put a link or somewhere.
He will definitely. That'll be the first thing up there.
Yeah, so we got that.
Yeah, look at how
we got
red
our
it's
Just
turning.
Kidding News YouTube channel, so check that out.
George, you happy?
Yep. Let's stop now.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
That's it,
We
yeah.
got more. Keep going. Bart, keep going.
We got me and my wife. We have our own like little family vlog channel. So if you like seeing what we do behind the scenes, how I balance all the things I'm into, you can check that out.
You get to see behind the scenes of this same shoot right here.
Yeah.
And then I have my own personal Instagram, Bart Kwan, BartKwan. If you like the gym stuff, go check out barbellbrigade.com. We have a gym and we have a bunch of lifestyle apparel. Yeah.
Dude, thanks, brother.
thank
you had
you.
fun. It was easy, right? This
was
ain't
awesome, dude.
Well,
This
this
is
ain't
fun.
nothing for you.
This is fun.
This is like a walk in the park. Because you guys film like 12 hours in one day.
No, but this is better because you actually care about what I have to say versus the other guys. They don't care about me.
Are we missing a JK person that hasn't been on the Steebee Weebee Show? We've gotten basically everyone, right?
Have you done Casey and Tiff?
Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done Casey yet.
Okay.
Casey.
Casey would
We'll
be cool.
talk after.
That'd be cool.
Casey.
Casey'd be cool, yeah.
Will he do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
he'll do
okay,
it.
that's what's up. So, thanks for tuning in. There'll be no Little Ray's World on this episode because we're doubling it up, right, guys? So I gotta give a shout out to the Patreons, the new Patreons. So if you want to become a patron and be directly linked into the show, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. The new Patreons this week are Christopher Trio, Scott Mercer, and thank you, Haviz Ishmael, for going up on your tier. Thanks for the people who bought the music on my Bandcamp. Perdana, Anwar, Jake, Morton, and Philip Harris. Shout out to Philip, man. He's buying a lot of my music. So Philip, I love you for that. So go to SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. I'm working on a new solo music project called Collage of the Mirage. The Instagram for this show is QUANGOU. Make sure to go to IlaniFay.com, ILANIFAY.com to buy that the Two Bunnies hat. And shout out to the PayPal donation from Joseph Ong Sang. Dude, mad love, brother. Oh man. We gotta link up sometime. He definitely hooked it up. Thanks again, brother, for coming.
Thank you for the seltzer water.
Yeah. And then I want to talk more UFC in the future too.
For sure.
Do you know Joe? Do you know Rogan?
I wish.
Okay, because I was gonna say
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, and thanks for tuning in, man.
You're not gonna play piano? You're gonna outro with the piano?
Yeah, I'll play a little piano.
Yeah. I like your piano. It's dope.
Okay.